Hello, welcome to Kitchen Counter Crafts. If you like this video, would you please like, comment, share, and subscribe? For today's video, I wanted to bring to you the Birmingham Pen Company, and it is an ink called Goldfish. My husband wrote that. It doesn't come this way. And so that is just how the box looks. And just a little bit about the Birmingham Pen Company. It was established in 2008 by two brothers, and they are their only two employees, which I think is kind of cool. And if you go online, you will see that they have several different formulas, and I'll go through those in just a minute. But I have to tell you, I love typography and packaging. These guys know how to do it. I wish I could have shown you the unboxing of this, but they were packed meticulously. In fact, I ordered a few more, so I'll do an unboxing video for that. I think it's worthwhile to see just the care that they take. And the labels are no nonsense, but they are just so pretty. So they say writing ink and Goldfish, and then their information. And it's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I have to tell you, yes, it is American made. So I love that. I want to support small businesses that are in the United States. And so that just makes me happy. And especially to try something new that is, and I have to tell you, we purchased these in December, and now they've been used for about 5 months, and these have been fantastic. They're just really well-behaved inks. This one is actually, and it says bottled by hand. This one is the crisp formula, and so there's several different formulas. Let me just go through those real quick. There's traditional, everlasting, twinkle. There's a wishy-washy formula, which is so cute. What a cute name for washable inks. And there's swift, and those are the lubricated or the really rich sheen formula as well. This is the crisp, and the crisp basically means it's good for whatever. So that's why I purchased this one, because I just thought, let me try these out. And they do have a sale page as well, and they kind of change up their inks on whatever batch they're brewing, and they flow well. There's, I don't know, little to no bleeding. And they are also available in 30, 60, and 120 ml bottles. And they just came out with this other kind of lubricant type of a deal, and it's called monotonic, but I'll cover that once it hopefully comes in. Inside the bottle, you've got a little stopper thing, a plastic dealy in there. So that's also nice for people like me who don't always close their lid on their bottle very well. So we're going to do an ink review today, and I have a comparison ink here as well for you. So let me, I don't know, I usually use my dip pen. Forgot what I do now. Golly tamale. All right, so with my dip pen, I'm just gonna jot down a few lines, and hopefully you can see this well. I've got my water. Let me get my water out of the way so that I don't drip it everywhere. Golly, that was close to. All right, so the ink here is, it's Goldfish. Forgot what I was doing for a second. Hate it when that happens. Goldfish. And it is by Birmingham. And today is 5/19/2022. Are you able to see that? Let's zoom in a bit more. My pen is a dip pen. So far, it's writing pretty well and hanging on to the glass, so I'm not too wet of an ink, as you can tell. So this is kind of like a medium nib. The paper that I'm using is 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. I'll come back to the shading part, and let's see if there is any bleed with what I have written so far. And the answer is no, and you can't see that because it's off the page. There we go. No bleed. And that's what they said on their formula specs, is that it does not bleed on different paper. But, you know, again, you never know until you kind of look and see how something behaves. So I'm going to just make a quick sketch so that we can see the color a little bit better of this bottle. So I don't know about you, but again, if you've seen some of my other ink review, I'm looking for the perfect kind of vintage looking sepia, and this one brought me to Goldfish. And while this Goldfish is looking very sepia in this review, it's actually supposed to be more yellow-ish than what it shows here. Goldfish. And I'm gonna color that in. So it's behaving really nicely on my dip pen, which isn't always the case just because it's a dip pen and it's not really a fountain at all. But it's kind of nice to be able to see what all is going on. So here's my quick sketch. So hopefully you can see the color a little bit better. So yes, I mean, Goldfish is not a bad name. It's very golden. But for me, it's a little on the yellow-orange side, I would say. The shading, let's see. I'm gonna try I have my Twisby Iris that is not inked, so I will just dip that in there to see how that behaves. Actually, before I do that, let me do a writing sample. And the writing is gonna be with a uninked Sailor MF, and it's going to be the medium fine, which the Sailor pens, Japanese pen, if you're not familiar with it, it actually behaves a lot more like a fine. Oh, got some blue. That is not good. Why does that happen to me with this pen? That is no bueno. Yeah, it's not inked or anything. And you saw that it was, oh, it doesn't even have a converter in it. All right, well, we won't be doing that again. Golly, did I just ruin my ink bottle? All right, let me go forward with the writing sample. Yeah, you saw it here, folks. Just make sure that, I don't know what happened. Okay, it looked fine to me, but I don't know. And here's the thing of it. I even cleaned it out with like Dawn dishwashing detergent, but go figure. All right, so, and this is not the first time I've done this. I wish I could say that, but it's not. So just, you'd think somebody would learn. Fox jump. Okay, I'm glad that I can see that the blue did not destroy my ink bottle. All right, so, and my dip pen, it's holding on to this pretty well. I spoke too soon. That was at the end of the rope there though. All right, drying time. So here we go at 0. We're gonna do 5 and we're gonna do 10 seconds. So this is the line for the 0. Woo. That doesn't do anything. 5 is going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little wiping out. And then 10. I should have put the lines down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just wait a little bit longer there. And so it needs a little bit of drying time. Just touching my writing, even after my writing sample, it kind of got the dot there a little bit more. All right, so I think that's it for my dip pen. What I am gonna use now, which I'm totally scared to, is my stub pen after dipping it in the other. Let's see, okay, the stub seems to be all right. So here's my stub for the shading. So I'll just do that. A little bit of shading, I don't know, not too much that I can see in that writing, but in here, there's, I don't know, you can see a little bit more in there. The more passes I make with my pen, I suppose that comes through, but for the most part, not really hardly any shading at all. And now I guess I don't have a fine sample for you, but oh, I guess I do have a another dip pen. It's this one here. Where is it? There we go. Looks like most of the dip pens though are medium, so I'm not gonna show you that. But let's see. I do have a flex here that also has not been inked. Let me just double check because now I'm kind of freaking out. Yes, not inked. And let's try that one. That's my Ahab. Yes, that was a clean one. All right, so we're gonna not have a sample for the fine, but I am gonna try and show you the stub. I guess I should say flex. Okay, that's the flex nib. Okay, so you can see a little bit of shading on that. That was good. Just kind of checking out this ink and trying it out. So for comparison, and I'm gonna just grab my Sailor and put it in the water again to see if maybe it'll do something else for me. All right, so, oh goodness, my bottle is open. So I'm gonna close that up and put that away. So my comparison today is Golden Honey by Diamine. And again, my quest for the antique looking Victorian sepia ink just kind of remains. So we're gonna try this one out. And what I will do is actually wipe that out and use my dip pen for the comparison. And I only have this one, so usually I try to have at least 1 or 2 inks that I can compare it to, but I don't really have much in terms of yellows. But I do have the sepia, which I did a video of it before. Why are you looking so red? Interesting, maybe I didn't shake it. Let's shake it and see. Okay, and then wiping my pen again just to make sure. Okay. Let's try that and see now if new, kind of the same thing. So it wasn't a shaken bottle issue. It's just the ink itself. Interesting. So that's a lot it's a lot darker and redder. So I'm gonna just jot that down. That's the Diamine. And I used up the Golden Honey a little bit too much. Okay, so there's the Diamine Golden Honey, and just as a comparison for this one, I'm going to just jot it down with this ink also. And actually, no, I don't need to do that. I am going to do is the wet test, the water test. So let me get that here. writing down water on there and just seeing what happens. And I think I do want to put a little bit of this here. Just because I kind of like to have some scribbles of that. All right, so there's the water test part, and I'm gonna grab my water here and just put a drop on there. See what happens. So in my usage of the Birmingham inks, they don't just completely disappear usually when water gets on them, but I wasn't sure on this one just because the ink is so light. So I just dabbed that, didn't do anything else, and it's doing pretty well. So that means that if you were drinking a cup of tea or something like that, and you had water sitting there and a part of it got onto your ink, that it would not destroy everything that you've done, but it does give up a little bit of its color when you do that. So anyway, I hope that was a useful look at the Birmingham ink, the Birmingham Pen Company. I keep wanting to say ink company because they have so many inks, but I hope that that was useful for you. And I know that it was just the larger size pens today, and I apologize for that. And stay tuned for the next one. I actually have a few more from Birmingham that I will be demonstrating. I'm just kind of trying to find out which inks go with what, so that you can have at least one ink for a comparison. So again, if you're looking for antique looking ones, I probably would not recommend this one. I think this Golden Honey has kind of a really interesting variation, and I think I will also do one of those on the next page. So join me next time for another review. Until next time, bye.